Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I know I am. I also hope you guys also had a happy Easter, which is why we didn't have a show last weekend because we had a wonderful Easter weekend. We thought everybody would want to be with their families. We hope you were. But now PAWCAST is back. So today we are going to cover Nintendo and its current triumphs or untriumphs, whatever you would consider them, and Nexus mods, as well as Ghost of Yotei. So why don't we say hi to a few people? Let's see, we got Cinevere in the chat. I know we have Lord Dragnil, we have Zelosi, True Aztec Warrior, who is a frequenter of my Barcade streams. How you doing? Rio, Cinevere's Fish. Awesome to see you guys. Toasty with the Mosty. I know you're in there too, sweetie. So let's get started. Bring on the guests. First up, we got Smash JT. How you doing?
Good. What's up, man? It's dark in here. I need to turn some lights on. I'm doing well. How you doing, Scooby? This is very, very nice to finally spend some time with you on the stream. How you been?
I am doing good. Doing good. Got to spend some time with my nieces on Easter. So yeah, I'm having a blast. Great to be here on PAWCAST again.
Yeah.
Gonna do my Barcade streams. Gonna start picking up on those again. So yeah.
Sweet. Very cool.
Thank you so much for being on here.
Yeah, no, I mean, you caught me on a good day. I mean, we planned ahead, but weekends, Saturday's really the only day. And even Saturdays are busy with SNH and then streaming Yellow Flash or my channel after. It's like, there's no time left in the day anymore, anywhere. But yeah, but it's good to be here. So thank you.
Thank you. And now for our second guest, JayViper.
What's going on? Thanks for having me, Scooby. Thanks for the invite. It's awesome. I see that we have a race swap Smash JT on the stream. Looks like he was written by Sweet Baby Inc. That's amazing.
Hold on.
This is your second time on PAWCAST.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna start stacking them up.
Oh yeah. Once you're on, you always come back on.
That's right. That's how that works. Yes, there we go. Now
it's still
highlighted,
dark,
JT. It's a little dark. Yeah, is the sun coming in a window? Is that why?
No, it's like overcast and rainy today, so it's like gray coming in.
That's how it is here. It's overcast and rainy, and I hate it.
Oh, I was at the pool. It's so nice out right now. Beautiful.
Yeah, it makes it cooler, but I still don't like it when it rains.
I'm in San Diego, and it never rains here, so when it does, I'm like very excited.
Really? San Diego? I've been there before. I went there for Comic-Con one time.
Oh yeah, I go to Comic-Con every year, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I saw recently. Well, I couldn't say recently, but I saw on Twitter you were putting a couple of posts up of you and your son at convention.
Oh yeah,
how'd that go?
We just got back from Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. We go there every year too, and oh my God, it's so much fun. Every year it's getting better and better and bigger and bigger. It was huge this year. There was so many people. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Well, that's awesome to hear, and I'm glad to see that he's getting into video games.
Oh yeah, no, he's been.
I'm talking about into the video games that. I'm talking about the video games that you were showing on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Chrono Trigger. Yeah, oh man, nothing made my heart leap higher than him saying, "Dad, can we play Chrono Trigger again? That game was fun." And I'm like, "Oh my God, yes, we can."
Like, yes, we can, and we can stay up late.
we can play. We can skip school tomorrow. And Mommy's like, "What you just?" I'm just kidding. I was kidding about that.
It has been forever since I've played that game. Oh my God, I can't even remember when the last time.
It's been a while since I played it, but when I did play it, I played it so many times that I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll take a break from it." And I'm going back to it now, and I remember just what made it so special. It's like, no, it's not nostalgia. It really is a fantastic game that holds up today. It really is. So
oh yeah,
they just don't make them like they used to, I guess.
No, sir, they do not. Although Expedition 33
Exactly.
is
That's
trying.
when I said that. I'm like, that's the one game that
Like it's on that
memory.
level, like it's in that genre-ish kind of
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
I would get Expedition 33, but there's a little thing called money that I lack.
It's on Game Pass. Just throwing that out there. If anyone
well,
really
I got a PlayStation, so
oh, we are out of luck.
I have a I have a
not
PlayStation, and I
necessarily. You have a computer, right?
I have a PlayStation, and I have a Steam account, and I go on to Steam whenever I'm at my brother's because he has an Xbox, and I refuse to play on those because of the horrible history I have with those things. So I'm usually
PC,
on,
right?
huh?
You have a gaming PC?
I do not have a gaming PC. I have
She
my
has
laptop.
a melt top. That thing will melt with any kind of game right now.
Gotcha.
We're working on
say you
upgrading.
could get Game Pass on Game Pass on PC, and that's actually cheaper than Xbox.
But yeah, I got Steam and PlayStation. I'm considering getting Steam Deck.
Highly suggest it.
But
Yeah.
I'm not. But I'd have to save up for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment it's just my laptop and my PlayStation, and my Barcade I do through my PS5.
Well, there you go.
So today's subjects, Jay, you had a video of it earlier today. Of one of them is going to be the Nexus mods, Ghost of Yotei, and
It doesn't sound very impressed. He's like,
I'm just so done with that fucking place, dude. That place is cooked.
Well, it's funny you say that because, like, I talked about people were asking me to cover it the other day, and I'm like, I've already talked about Nexus mods. It's the same story every time. Bunch of wokies that cancel things that shouldn't be canceled, and I get to the point where I'm like, I'm not a modder. I don't mod my games, but if I did, I would not. I just not use Nexus mods. I don't understand why people keep going there. If
It's just because it's so big, they want it in people's hands. You know, that's really it. It's like the biggest thing. Well, we'll get into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scoob. We're already derailing the whole thing.
Well, then why don't we just go ahead and get into it then?
All right, let's do it.
So Nexus mods, they just really, they just can't really seem to get in their mind what the hell they want to do. I mean, 1 minute they piss us off, and the next minute they're like, okay, we'll bend the knee. And
I will say I was surprised that they bent the knee on this one because they don't typically do that. So, I mean, that was odd.
Do you think it was the money? Do you think people were canceling their upgraded subscriptions, or
I think they started to realize that this public sentiment was actually turning now that competitors are getting in the replies being like, oh, come to us. And when that starts happening, that's the slippery slope to be like, we need to make a change before we lose everyone. And I think that's what they ended up doing.
I mean, that's usually they probably took a look at the sales numbers and saw that hey, this probably isn't the way that we're going here because the complaints are matching the sales numbers. So perhaps we should probably switch this out before we get into too much trouble
or lose too many customers.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time they've done this. It now has it. Didn't they do it in Starfield?
They do it all the time with everything. Are you talking about backtracking? The backtrack, or just getting rid of mods? Yeah, they did it in freaking Marvel Rivals. They did it with Spider-Man. They did it. I'm not sure.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with swapping out the black guy for a white guy, and they're like, nope, not allowing that. It's like
God of War.
It's a single player game. Like nobody can see if you want to do that. How is it hurting or offending anyone?
It's just that existing is a slap in the face or something. It's just their reasoning.
They let it go the other way though. They let you switch characters from white to black. But
well, it's funny. Remember when they got rid of the Trump Captain America? I was like, what's their reasoning? And there's like no political people, but then you search Obama and there's Obama things everywhere.
1 million of them. Yep.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
When I found out about the Trump Captain America, I laughed for about 15 minutes straight because of the fact that there was one it existed.
And it's actually good. I got that one. It is actually a good one. It's funny. I like it. Although it does break some of the skins. So you just can't use the skins that it breaks.
But yeah, as soon as I found out about it, I could not hold it in. I had to laugh. I was like, oh my God, I have to meet the person who created it because it is brilliant. But with the Spider-Man game,
With
I
the
was,
flags from the gay pride flags to American flags.
oh yeah,
They were like, nope, can't do that. It's like, well, why? How is that hurting anyone?
Because ideology. That's
Oh,
it.
right.
That's it.
message.
But
Gotta
I
be-
think like with this one, the backtracking, I mean, what leg do they have to stand on here? I mean, you're removing type A, what is it, 1 and 2. Well, that's not even that's not even anybody. You're putting it back to the original. There's no real grounds to do that. It's ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like there was a very large crowd. Like there's a lot of people like it doesn't matter, but there was a lot of people that were really pissed about it. A lot.
I mean, like when I was born, I'm pretty sure my mom told me when I was born, the doctor said, congratulations, you have a 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats on the 1.
Which was confusing in its own right because
One.
wasn't the 1 used to be a male now, or A is a male, but 1 is a female?
Yeah, they
I'm so
switched it. Yeah,
confused.
they switched it.
I can't
So,
keep up.
so that's the thing, right? Now you can just fuck around with it and change it. And for one game, you're a 1, another game, you're a 2, or an A or a B. Like it means nothing. It's so dumb. It's ridiculous. It's virtue signaling. It's just virtue signaling.
100% virtue signaling.
Congratulations, man. You gave birth to a 1. You gave birth to a 2, and you gave birth to a androgynous character. Congratulations. Yeah, it makes no sense, and it's kind of like that they really are that company though, where 1 minute they're your friend and the next minute they're your foe, and kind of like in the next minute they're in between. They don't know what the hell they're doing themselves.
Yep, they're just kind of putting their finger in the air and trying to judge the direction of the wind and going with that instead of actually having anything to stand on. It's very strange.
I think it's crazy how many people work there. That list of people is like,
and they're
like
all hardcore wokey looking
all of
people
them
too. Like every single one.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you scroll that list, you're like, whoa, this many people? Like, what are you doing? You host mock.
All they do is they must be just censorship. Every position must be censorship. Like for every game, be like, oh, this mod came through, need to censor it.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that they would learn their lesson with what happened with Stellar Blade. Did they not think that, oh, people would flip their shit if we did any type of censorship? Because even though
pissing off the wrong people, right? They're pissing off the correct people, the people they don't like. So it's fucked.
Yeah.
Good point.
Very much so. So let's get on to the next one, which is also going to be very brief, but I'm
Why is nobody awake? Why is he awake? This man just got done a 10-hour overnight stream. Why is he still awake? Nobody go to sleep, bro.
Yeah, wait a second. People say, when do I sleep? I mean, I look over at nobody. I'm like, when the hell does nobody sleep?
He's a vampire.
Okay, I think Nobody and Hypnotic need to have a little talk. Those two need to learn how to sleep.
Right. Well, me too, but Nobody extreme. Like he had it, like JayViper said, I saw it was a 10-hour stream.
10 hours overnight too. I don't know if he works today. He only get a cat nap if he slept.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe he's a cat. Maybe that's what he is.
Ghost of Yotei. I'm a little bit. I really, I've played Ghost of Tsushima. I loved it. I platinumed it. I still play it like crazy. I've done the multiplayer on it. And it actually did, but it didn't surprise me that the multiplayer actually had a female in there. Ghost of Yotei, though, that left me speechless when I saw the reveal for it. What about you guys? When you first saw the reveal, what was your impression?
I honestly, my first impression was, okay, I'll give this a shot. Like, I don't want to just dismiss it because it's girl. That doesn't necessarily mean girl boss. I want to give it a chance. I remember there's a little bit of pushback in the community, and I think it was Endymion that made the post saying, "Oh, here we go, another girl boss." And I was like, "No, we don't know yet," And then the information came out with Erika Ishii and how she's an activist and very anti. It seemed, at least, very anti-gamer, and a lot of the sentiment, blocking a lot of people online that are trying to give critical feedback, and just all around not a great public relations situation that they've created by bringing this person in. But I initially wanted to give it a chance, and then I watched the latest trailer from 2 days ago, and I'm like, okay, no, this is starting to now confirm my suspicions that it is just a badass girl boss, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
She just goes around just destroying enemies 4 times her size because girl power, and it's just not believable. Now, I don't know if they leave out like the introduction for like how she learns and how she overcomes the challenges to maybe get to the point where they show her in the trailer, where it might be a little bit more believable. But I'm not holding out hope, because just if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, I'm kind of being like, well, I don't know. And this is coming from someone who, just like you, Scooby, I am a huge Ghost of Tsushima fan. I've said it on my streams multiple times. It's my top 25 games of all time in there for sure. I've never like done the list, but I can guarantee you that game would be in there. So that being said, I was definitely excited about the idea of a follow-up, but I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on what they could have done with Jin Sakai, and instead of, now they've chosen to go this path, and it's just kind of like,
yeah, because they did leave his story open-ended.
Right. But I didn't mean to steal the spotlight from Jay. I just had a lot to say. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
So top 20. I know it's on your mind. I actually watched your video like today on it to see what your thoughts were. So yeah, that's pretty much. With me, the same thing. Like when we saw it was going to be a different person, I was like, well, why aren't they giving us a Tsushima 2? Like, because that's what people are expecting and that's what people are wanting. So I was like, well, all right. Then you see it's a woman. It's like, well, okay, it could be, good. But as soon as I heard Erika Ishii, I was like, nope, I'm out. I can't stand that chick.
Yeah. When I first saw the reveal for Ghost of Yotei, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is awesome. This is what I want, a sequel. And then when I saw it was a girl, I was like, okay, I'm hesitant now. I'm not at the point of like, no, absolutely not, because she's a girl. No, I was just hesitant. I wanted more information. And I'm a big fan of hack and slash. When it came to Ghost of Tsushima, it was one of the PlayStation Plus free monthly games, and I figured I'd check it out because, like I said, I'm a big fan of hack and slash games. I got it, and I fell in love with it. And so when this came out, the reveal of this, like I said, I was hyped, but when I saw it was a female, that hype turned to like sadness, deep sadness. I was like, no, they can't do this. They left his story open-ended. Even in the DLC, it was left open-ended. And it's...
Well, you got to think too, Sucker Punch, the studio behind it, is a shell of its former self. The amount of employees that created Ghost of Tsushima, I don't have an exact number, but the vast majority of developers that were there for the original are not there anymore. So it is Sucker Punch in name only right now for the most part. It's
also a sucker punch to our face with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did with the announcement, and then hiring her.
I mean, I thought that if they weren't, going to include Jin, then maybe it was a family member of his or something,
Oh, yeah.
Because that could have very easily been the case.
Yep.
But then they said, well, this is like, because I also saw the gun and I was like, okay, wait a minute. Since when did they start using guns for Ghost of Tsushima?
Well, I think this game is what they say, like 100 years in the future from
I
the
think they
first
said
one.
like 300 or so.
300 years. So that's the other frustrating thing is it doesn't even leave any opening for Jin to make an appearance in it. And also it skips ahead so far that we already are going to know the result of what they left open ending without even being able to play it, which
Yeah.
is also another sucker punch to the fans of the original.
Yeah. And I saw Hypno's video earlier, and where he showed some of the gameplay, and I got another look at the video myself of the actual trailer, the second trailer. And he's very right about what he said. It looks like gameplay from Assassin's Creed Shadows for her. The weapons, the way she fights, it's very similar to a lot of other games. And it's a definite turn off. When I buy a game, I want it to have something. I want something unique to it. At least maybe a humor to the story, a twist to the story, or something like that. Something good background. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, the graphics look great on it. They do.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, and I have no doubt it's probably going to run beautiful. It's going to be beautiful and stuff, but the story and the gameplay is what really worries me.
Yep. Same here.
I wonder how it will do. Like, does anyone have like a prediction on how it will perform?
I said this, I think in the video on it or the one before, I can't remember, but I look at this as a very similar situation to Spider-Man and God of War with the sequels, where the sequels were doing half the numbers that the originals did. This is going to do half the numbers of the original.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised.
And they probably have that like charted out and saying, if it does half the numbers, they're probably still going to come out on top financially with it. And it makes financial success and they'll still move forward with it. But it's not going to be like blowing doors. I'd be surprised.
Smash, when you say Spider-Man, are you referring to Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man Miles Morales or both?
Miles Morales, sorry. Yeah. Because the numbers that did was much lower.
Yeah, I played that one and I was like, never again. Please don't ever do this again.
Right. Like it wasn't a terrible experience, but you can definitely tell that they were definitely injecting a lot of that into it. So
yeah, it just wasn't fun. And as it is with the first Spider-Man, the DLC for the first Spider-Man was left a lot to be desired.
Yep. Well, that was the problem with the original Spider-Man game is like, it was, to me at least, like it was a very groundbreaking, enjoyable, action-packed, like fun fighting mechanics along the same path of Batman Arkham series. Like it was fun. But then the sequel, it's like, to me, it was still fun, but it just kind of felt more of the same. And I'm like, okay, I kind of got my fill out of the first one with it. And that's not to say that it was like a bad game. It was just kind of like, I just feel like they're just doing the same thing, just another game. It's like, okay.
I did see some funny ass mods for the first Spider-Man game. There were some great ones. I found one person was doing a gameplay for it as his uncle's grave. So you just see this tombstone flying around with spider webs.
I always like the Thomas the Tank mods that like put some crazy enemy as a giant Thomas the Tank or something like. Those are like my favorite. Like you just fight all the policemen or Thomas the Tanks or something.
Those are great.
Yeah, it's in some cases, even if you don't want to mod your game, it doesn't hurt to see what other people do when it comes to their mods, because in some cases it can be funny as hell to see.
I remember the first mod I ever got was for Skyrim, and it was the Exploding Chickens mod. It's what got me into putting mods on. It's like I can shoot a chicken with a bow and arrow and it explodes. Oh, well, I'm getting the mod. I'm doing modding now. So that's it.
That definitely sounds like fun. I mean, but for Ghost of Yotei, I wish it luck. As far as
nope. I wish you no luck.
I don't
You
either,
cannot-
actually. I'm kind of in the boat where I'm like, I kind of almost hope it fails to send a message to be like, "Nope, don't do this shit. Like we don't want this. Stop doing this."
Like,
Like
go
it
make
shouldn't be
Tsushima 2. Do that
right,
now.
right. It shouldn't be just because they made a game that hopefully it does well because they got people working on these games and they're working hard. I was like, no, if you're making a product that the audience doesn't want, why should we hope for it to be successful?
Nope, I want it to fail miserably.
Yeah.
I want it to blow up in their face.
Yep.
I don't think it will completely blow up in their face.
No, I
but
don't
I hope
either.
it does.
Yeah.
When I say
I'll put it this way. I won't be shedding any tears if it does fail. I'll put it that way.
yeah, when I say I wish it luck, I mean like I wish it luck because it's obviously not going to do well.
Oh, like
Scooby Pup is woke. She wants it to win. She wants a win from Yotei. We heard it. We heard it here. Oh my God! Get a blue wig, Scooby, and a nose ring.
Right.
I'll go break out my cosplay outfits and I'll put on something. But yeah, it's definitely going to be different. I want to see some more gameplay though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just to see how it's gonna just to get a better idea of where it's headed. Because we've seen how it starts. I want to see where it's headed.
Well, that's the other thing is like they have the opportunity to show gameplay, and while the trailer did have some, it was very, very curtailed and limited. It like the last like 8 seconds, and I'm like, really, bro? Like this game's like, when's this game coming out? In like 3 months, 2 months? Like
it's coming. Yeah, when is the release? I forget.
October.
Okay,
so
so
a little ways. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say about 5 months from now, because we're at the end of April. At this point, the game should be far enough away to, or far enough into development where they can show more gameplay than 6 seconds in a trailer. That should be cause for a little bit of concern.
Yeah, and for me, like gameplay trailers are what I look for. Like for like the cinematic trailers, or whatever. Like they're nice. Like it might give me an idea of what's happening in the game, but I'm always like, I will make my decision from a gameplay trailer, really, if it's good. The only thing I think a cinematic trailer can do is like one, show you the story or turn you completely off. Yep. You can do one of those two things. So that's hit or miss. Like with the Exodus cinematic trailer, I thought it did a really good, like that's one of the few I really, really liked. But gameplay trailers, that's what I live and breathe. I want those. That's where I make my decision.
For the cinematic trailers, I also think it also gives you a little bit of a tiny bit of a view towards what the graphics would be like.
Sometimes.
Yes, that's why I say sometimes. Sometimes you can get a tiny bit of a view, and other times.
Yeah, like take a look at that marathon cinematic trailer. It looks amazing, like the animations, and then you see the gameplay. You're like, it's like I feel like that cinematic trailer was a catfish. Like it wasn't even close.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like this is not even close to the same thing.
You take the keys, you jingle it in front of the person.
Absolutely. Like the characters look terrible. Yeah, the characters look terrible in the cinematic trailer, but the animation looked phenomenal. The fighting, it looked like it was going to be like this parkour almost like type game, fast paced. And then you see the gameplay, and they're all like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Like
Typical
this game
Bungie.
is not that.
Yeah, it's typical Bungie. Nothing like the original Marathon.
Right.
The original Marathon was fun.
Very different, yeah. And this is an extraction shooter. I mean, that's not even the same genre as the first.
Yeah. I do so. I was so hoping that it would be like the original, because for a while Bungie was touting it as just as good as the original, and I was like, oh, does that mean it's going to be like the original? And then they start showing clips of it, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. As soon as I started watching the gameplay, I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? This is just a very basic shooter, it looks like. Or they did a horrible job with the trailer, because the way everyone was just really walking. When they showed someone running, I was like, that's full speed? I couldn't believe the difference between the cinematic trailer and the gameplay trailer. That one pissed me off. I was like, fuck this game. I was like, this is terrible.
You run faster in RPG games.
Yeah, you do. And like someone who played Apex, I used to play Apex a lot. And like that game has great height differences. There's different areas, but the speed is a real factor in that game. Like you can build your speed through sliding, and there's some characters that are faster. And I go and watch Marathon, and it's like, I'm like, well, like, are you trying to beat Tarkov? Because Tarkov is one of those, you're heavy and you're carrying stuff, and it's more like you would be more strategic with your movement. But I didn't feel like that's what they showed us at all. It was just, it looked so dumb. It looks like they didn't know what they were making. They just wanted to make an extraction game. They didn't know how. That's what it looks like to me.
I'd agree with that.
And also another thing I'm curious about with Ghost of Yotei is Ghost of Tsushima. Like I said, it had multiplayer. And it actually had fairly decent multiplayer. I had fun with it. I don't know about you guys.
I never actually played the multiplayer of it.
The multiplayer part of it is actually pretty fun. I think it's like 4 to 5 people that you can play with. And it's either versus or raids. So you have like 2 choices.
Okay.
And it makes me also wonder if Ghost of Yotei is going to have multiplayer option as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I wonder how they must have they have the stats on multiplayer from Tsushima to see if people really played it. That's what would make that
right.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I've also heard rumors that Yotei was started out as initially as Tsushima 2, and then or like DLC or like a smaller part of it, and then they were like, actually, why don't we branch it off, and make its own game out of it?
Oh, so like she was going to be a DLC character?
Yeah. I don't know how true that is. I think it was an Endymion video.
That would have worked. That would have worked.
Yep.
Because in the DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, aside from Jin, the enemy was primarily a female. So it could have worked with having her as like a side character to be played as. But yeah, I mean, doing a time jump and showing us, hey, you're going to be playing as a girl now. It doesn't work for me.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand the point of it. I don't know why you take that risk when you know it's a huge risk.
Yeah, I mean, turning it into something, because this comes out looking like an anthology.
Yeah.
And if you do that, the game loses its charm.
Well, so now they have it a male and a female. I think the third one is going to be a trans or non-binary. Let's see, Ghost of what? We'll see.
I have no idea. That's going to be a good.
You have a trans black samurai running around. Here it comes. That's the third one. Get ready. They're ramping up. They're
mixed. It's a mixed samurai.
Right.
My mommy was black. My daddy was white. They're going to be mixed.
Pretty sweet.
I don't know about you guys, but Nintendo's got quite a few problems going on right now.
You know what the biggest problem is?
What?
And this is going to sound silly to say, but Expedition 33 launch week, brand new game, one of the best games I've played in a very, very long time. On Steam, launch week sale, 10% off, $45 brand new. And the buying proposition for a Switch 2 is $500 for the bundle plus tax, plus another $100 for another controller, plus $60 for a camera, plus you'll be entering into an ecosystem where they're already telling you games are going to be $80 plus tax. And I'm like, okay, like I like Nintendo as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Nintendo. I already have a Switch 2 pre-ordered, but I even told my audience, and this is the absolute truth, if I did not have a YouTube channel to report to people about what's going on, I would not give 2 shits about the Switch 2 right now. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I really don't care. I don't need it.
Do you know how much the upgrade packs are for the games?
$10, I believe, right? Is it 10 or 20?
They're $20.
$20.
Yes, they're charging They're nickel and diming the hell out of people. And
That's
on top
not
of
even
that,
everything went up.
yeah,
Everything went up. Like every accessory went up as well. Like everything went up.
yeah, and on top of that, the pre-orders, those aren't doing too well.
Well, I'm seeing lines though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Well, it will.
Really
It
know
will.
that.
I think they're doing fine. They're selling out like crazy.
Yeah, they're
instantly
selling
right
out.
now.
No, what I mean by not doing too well is I mean like just like with the PS5 and the Series X, if you were to go to an online store and you were to try and buy it, you'd get you'd get labeled as a bot, or you would lose your order, or you'd get stuck in a waiting line. Yeah, and that's happening to a lot of people because a lot of stores are getting Nintendo's giving them limited amounts.
Yep.
Like I believe my local GameStop, they're only getting 20.
So this is a tactic that Nintendo does.
Scarcity.
Limited availability. Yep, the scarcity thing to build hype. Like, oh, everywhere's running out. Run out to get it. They do this all the time. Nintendo is notorious for doing this. It is a tactic they use. And what's funny though is that I'm starting to see places like there's a GameStop, I forget where, but a guy recorded him trying to buy one or pre-order one. And like they are using the scarcity tactic to make people bundle, saying they cannot get it without bundling. So now they're upping with accessories and games. Which, man, that's kind of dirty.
Did you see the one at Best Buy that has the bundle with both Zeldas and the Donkey Kong game? And the Zelda games are full price, $70 and $80 respectively. And you have to buy those games to participate in pre-ordering a bundle edition of the Switch 2.
I haven't seen that when I saw the GameStop one where they were making people bundle with accessories and things like that, a camera and whatever, like a few things in a game. I was like, wow, that's dirty. Or they don't let you, like people were leaving.
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy recorded it to prove it too.
The craziest thing is like the camera thing. It's just funny how they're integrating it, but it's all proprietary stuff. And I'm like, Nintendo is like, hey, we know you have a webcam and a computer and a PC, but buy this separate console and now buy another camera on top of the webcam you already have to be able to do. I'm like, why not just let people just connect it to their computer and use their webcam? Why do we need to do all this?
The proprietary.
Well, it's not just any webcam; it's a Piranha Plant webcam.
True. Which I don't know if you saw going around, but that Lucky 2, I always say his name wrong. Lucky 2, the guy in the cloud with the
Lucky 2.
There we go. With the fishing rod camera.
Mm-hmm.
People were submitting like some 3D renders. Be like, this is what the camera should have been, and it was Lucky 2 with the camera. I was like, yeah, that would have made way more sense than a piranha plant in the mouth. Like that guy actually has a camera, so
Yeah.
it's like Nintendo didn't think of it. They'll probably make it now and be like, oh, it's our idea.
That's our idea.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go and sue you for making that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna come get that from you.
Of our technology, of our IP.
Yeah.
They'll just write some freaking copyright and backdate that shit like they're trying to do it to Power.
Yeah, I've seen some of the lines like Drunk 3PO. He posted his adventure.
He went
for
place
getting
to place, right?
He went to GameStop and he brought a bed with him. He had this big.
I saw that on X.
Yeah, he had this big ass bed, and if he got one, if he managed to get one, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers was going to buy him a Big Mac. He got a Big Mac.
That's amazing. It's just funny to me when I see people doing that. Like, I wish I had that kind of free time in my life, but I would not be spending it doing that. Like, I don't understand. Like I got the Switch 2 pre-ordered, and for those, I don't know, Jay, you might have been on the stream that night when it happened. When I was just like talking about the Switch stuff, about the pre-orders, I was like, oh, they're live right now. Let me open up a second window at Best Buy, and I got it. I was like, hey, by the way, is that a high noon?
I didn't see that. Wow, look at it. Look how easy it is when you're up until. Oh, you got son of a bitch.
Hey.
What's your flavor? I got peach going on here.
I got grapefruit.
Oh, I like grapefruit. I almost bought that one, but they were out. I like grapefruit. I like pineapple and peach.
Yeah.
But real quick, just real quick. I opened up the window and just got in the queue and it allowed me in, and I bought it while I was live streaming. I was just talking to everyone. I was like, oh, I just got accepted into it. And people in the live stream were like, what? Ow. And I'm like, I don't know. And somebody, I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, I think you got the last one because I was in the queue the same time you got in.
Dude.
And as soon as you got accepted in and bought it, it said sold out for me. And I was like, you serious? They're like, yes.
Man, LinkedIn didn't let them know your IP to ban you and block you.
Oh, Jay, don't even say that because you know what happened to DSP?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I heard that too. Did you hear about that?
No. What's
It's
this?
hysterical.
He made so he got in line on his computer to get not just one but two. He wanted to get the Mario Kart bundle and just to Switch 2.
Okay.
He managed to get one from a different store, each one from a different store. I think one of them was Walmart. And then he showed the order. He held his computer up, showed it the order to his everybody who was watching his stream. You don't do that kind of stuff.
Oh wait, was it with his address?
Yep, and the
no.
order number. His
No,
address.
It
Oh wait,
had
his
the
order.
order
Oh
number.
my god.
He
And he
showed
was like-
the order
He
number.
was so stupid about it. He's like, oh, that's my address. It's fine. You guys already know where I live because I've been doxxed like 11 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you don't want to just proactively be like, hey, I know it's out there, so here's my address. Like,
Let me
don't do that.
update my docs real quick.
Right. Just want to let you guys know I'm still here.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. It's so annoying.
And then he goes to check on it. Like, I think it was, what was it, a few hours later or a day later, Smash, do you know?
It was later that day.
And it was canceled.
Someone canceled it on him.
Yep.
Yes. Both orders.
Oh, it's I would feel bad, but it was just so funny that I don't even feel bad. I'm like,
He'll get one anyway. He'll still get one somehow. So
he was already begging people to be like, hey, send me one or I'll buy it at cost.
Yeah, he was. But it's like, dude.
That's so annoying. People are so annoying. Shit.
It's like, dude, you don't do that kind of thing. It's like, I'm a baby streamer, and even I know that.
Yeah. Probably didn't think about it until after he did it. He was trying to play it off.
Well, he was probably too excited or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another thing that pisses me off about the Switch 2 is the key cards.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bound to happen, but to me, it was more along the lines of who's going to do it first. Who was it going? Was it going to be PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? And it looks like Nintendo beat everybody to it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your guys' first reaction?
What is the key card thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's where they don't put the whole game on the card. It's
Oh.
just like access to download it, and you have to put the card in the system to play the downloaded game that you've downloaded on the system.
Yeah, so what it is you buy the physical. You buy the physical, but not like the physical card or anything.
It's
but
really
you're buying the physical cart.
And this is really what was going to happen. Yeah, this was really what was going to happen on Xbox One. Remember when Xbox first announced that whole thing? That's what they were making, and their lunch got eaten. And what's funny is PlayStation was also going to do this. But because Xbox went first and showed this and talked about it, and they got hit with it, immediately PlayStation was like, nope. And then they did the whole, look how you share a game. But it was so bullshit. They were going to do the same thing. But, I mean, they took it and used it as a marketing. But, oh, my goodness, man. Yeah, So this has been coming. They've been trying this for years. Nintendo's going to do it, huh? That's garbage.
Well, I made a video like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a video analysis of game sizes and how it's been rapidly increasing to the point of Blu-rays would hold so much data that people are like, we finally peaked in technology where we don't have to worry. Blu-rays will hold all the data in the world. And it's like, that like 2 years later, it's like, now we need 2 Blu-rays because the game file sizes are getting out of control. And the problem with the industry is the file sizes keep getting larger and larger and larger, and the cost of data handling is increasing accordingly to that. And the same thing with the Switch carts. It's all about making an extra buck or two. And that was the problem. It's like Nintendo would make money off of selling these carts to the third party and making money off of them because it was proprietary. And now it's like, oh, we're giving you an option, third party publishers. You don't need to pay more money. You can just use a key card and it will cost you less to publish your games on our system in the future, which I don't see working because I'm not going to be purchasing any third-party games on my Switch 2. The Switch 2 is only for Nintendo games. That's the only reason I'm buying it.
Right, agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, when a game goes there, I'm like, why would I buy it there? It's everywhere else, and it's a higher quality. Why would I ever buy it on Switch?
I would buy it on Steam and be able to play it on my Steam Deck. So the only reason I buy the Switch 2 is for Nintendo games. That's the only reason.
Yeah, and that also brings over to the point of, okay, so you got those and then the key cards, and then you combine that with the price, how they're charging like $70 to $80 to $90 game.
80.
We still
80,
don't
not
really
90,
know.
not
Do we
90,
really
80.
know how much they're going to... It seems like they're going to be priced all over the place, though, a little bit, right? There's a range just depending, and
yeah,
I don't know what decides it.
I think it was 80 digital, 90 physical.
Well, but I think it also depends on the game.
That was misnomer. It's $70 for some games, $80 for other games.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be $10 less for the digital. That's only in Spain. And that was one of the game sites picked up on the Spain news and figured that was worldwide. It's like, no, they're doing that in certain regions. So in America and Canada, as far as I understand, Mario Kart's going to be $80, digital or physical. Donkey Kong is going to be $70, digital or physical, which is very strange.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because they're all over the map throwing darts at these prices. Like, why is Donkey Kong $10 less than Mario Kart?
It doesn't make sense, right? And since it's Nintendo, I'd figure they would just have some set price they stick with. But do you think it has something to do with, like, because Mario Kart's online, they're taking that extra money for server type things? Because Donkey Kong, that's not online, or it's not like a multiplayer specific game, is it? I don't think it is. It's just going to be a single player. So I wonder if they're going to be pricing based on servers. Like, I just wonder if that's thinking. We haven't seen very many games in their prices yet, though, so I just don't know.
And that's another thing that worries me about Nintendo is the games. As usual, they're leaning very heavily on Mario.
As they should.
Honestly. Yeah, as they should.
Well,
but also,
I mean, I would argue they're not, and they should have. I was expecting Mario Odyssey 2 to debut with this as like the surprise announcement and be like, oh shit, like now we have a reason. I think the problem was when they probably went to the drawing board, they're probably like, if we're making a Mario Odyssey 2, we need a buying proposition of why it has to be exclusive to the Switch 2, because we need to migrate people to the Switch 2. So that means Mario Odyssey 2 would have to be able to do things that the first one couldn't do. And they were probably like, no, let's not try to go down that road yet. Let's try a different property. We'll go with Donkey Kong because that's still in the Mario universe. And we can do a Donkey Kong style Odyssey game. And because it's completely different, it's now justified to be exclusive to the Switch 2. Because you can't tell me, based off the trailer they showed, that game could not run on a Switch. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you have the when you also have the choice when they just came out and said, if you can't afford the Switch 2,
buy the Switch 1.
Yeah, just keep the Switch.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
And if you're going to say that, then it's like, well, then why buy the Switch 2 if you're telling us, well, just buy the Switch 1?
Which we're getting to the point of why I really wanted to get a Switch 2 for my channel purposes, to be able to be like, okay, here's my aha moment. Now I get it. Now I see why it's justified for a new system for these games.
Mm-hmm.
But before I have it, I have so much hesitation with that I'm like, sure. I assume it will run better. It damn well better. It's 8 years later. I assume the graphic fidelity will be higher and the frame rates will be faster. And I'm sure all that would be great. But why does that inhibit the game to come out on the original Switch? Why couldn't it just, like, if Metroid Prime 4 can run on both, why can't Donkey Kong Bonanza? And clearly it's a marketing thing to be like, no, we want to make it exclusive to make people migrate. We need reasons for them to do that. And the game industry has gotten to the point right now where it's like, now we just need to make exclusives because the system itself isn't enough to make people want to migrate to it. Now we need to force migrate people to be like, yeah, we could put it on that console, but we're not gonna, because we need you to buy our next product.
Well, they're also pulling the, as we all know, the classic PS5 and Xbox move, which is bring over the ports.
Yep. Which by the way, the Zelda one, I'm kind of getting stuck on, because from what I understand, it's just basically overclocking and upping the frame rate, which modders were already able to do on PC with the pirated copies of it that Nintendo shut down. And it's like, so Nintendo didn't actually do any extra work. They just upped the clock speed and frames per second so that it looks better and runs on a smoother operating system. But they didn't actually do anything to justify, oh, we put work into this game, that's why it cost, what, $20 more?
Well, also, the Zelda, one of the Zelda games that they're selling, isn't it also not getting the DLC?
Reportedly, it does not come with the DLC, which still, that one blows my mind too. I still can't get over that.
Yeah, because I remember 8-Bit Eric, he was really upset over that because Zelda is his downright favorite game. And when he found out about that, he was like, "Oh man, this is not good." And of course, you also have the amiibos for people who like to collect the amiibos. Those prices went up.
Well, the problem with the amiibos and why I stopped, because I used to collect those too. My frustration was I wanted those to sell out. I didn't want them to reprint them. If they wanted to make coins and stuff for people to be able to access, great. But the whole purpose of collecting them was, for me, was like, oh, I'm the first one to get it, and I hold on to it. The value is obtained and it's good. You know, this is going to potentially be worth something in the future, and it's special and it's exclusive. And then Nintendo just started reprinting all the rare ones, and I'm like, well, and now they cost more from the factory. I'm like, well, I'm not playing this game. That's like a baseball card being like, oh, I have the only baseball card. And it's like, well, we just printed 1 million more of them. It's like, well, what the hell?
That's when I went and bought all the cards off Amazon right there. When they started reprinting, I'm like, we're done. We're not buying anymore. I'm going to buy the cards right off Amazon. I can't buy them anymore. Amiibo money.
Same here. I have not bought an amiibo in probably 4 years. It's been a long time.
Lots of amiibo cards. Like, come on, card? Like, that's it. I'm done.
Oh, yeah, no. I started buying like the homemade shady from China ones. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be giving Nintendo any more money on these. I've spent way too much on them already.
Exactly what I did. A big box of them. All of them.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned China, because a lot of the things like the camera and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff, they look so cheaply made that you would have thought that they came from China.
Right. Well, I see Toxin in the chat saying amiibos weren't supposed to be rare, though. I understand that, but that's missing the point of what I'm saying. Not like games aren't supposed to be rare, but some games over time end up being rare, and the value starts to increase from that because they don't get reprinted. So Nintendo's always been pretty good about just not reprinting stuff. So the expectation is they're not going to. So I understand there's like millions of them printed the first case, like or created, I should say. And those are around for a couple of years. They might not sell out right away, but we're talking fast forward 8 years, 9 years later, and then they just reprint them all again. And it's just like, and they look exactly the same, and it completely devalues the original ones. Like it is what it is. That's why, like what Jay was saying, it's like I get out of it. I'm disinterested because I was collecting them. That was my own personal choice, by the way. And people do what they want. They want to buy them to use them. Great. I was collecting them for value purpose. Like, oh, these might be worth something in the future. And I like to collect them almost like modern day baseball cards. Where people are like, oh, why do you collect baseball cards? Because they might be worth something. Turns out they're not. And we all wasted a shit ton of money when we were younger. But the same thing was like, well, maybe these will be worth something in the future. Sometimes some random things are. And I was just like confused as to why Nintendo decided to reprint a bunch of them instead of doing something different, because I know people needed to still access them for certain games, so they needed something, but maybe like have them in a different position and make like a version 2 of the character or something. Like do something different instead of just a reprint.
Yeah, like for me, when it comes to collecting things, I collect Funko Pops, but not like the ones that are you see all the time. I'm talking about like the little anniversary ones. Like I have a few David Bowie ones from the Labyrinth 40th anniversary.
Yep.
So I like to go out and get those, the ones that you know aren't coming back.
I feel like maybe it's just the time of my life that I've gotten to where I'm just like, I just don't anymore. I've been burned so many times on trying to collect stuff that I'm just like, I have so much shit. I'm just
like I spent my life savings on these Beanie Babies. Now they're worthless.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God.
People did that. People did that.
Beanie
I know. Yeah.
My mom used to collect Beanie Babies when I was in.
My mom did too.
Yeah, and they were all over the place, and they always creeped me the hell out. I was like,
they're so weird looking.
Yeah.
Well, one of my brothers collects Lego sets, and that's the one thing that does guarantee to hold value is Lego.
They do hold value, 100%. I've got some of the. I mean, I still have a giant box of them, but I have like the old pirate ships from like the 90s.
Oh, the good ones.
Yes, the old ones that still shot before they disabled the shooting and all that. I still have all that.
Oh man.
The one thing out there that creeped the hell out of me. When I was in college, I went into one of my friend's room, and it was loaded with Furbies.
Furbies. Ooh. I knew you were going to say Furby. I knew it. I had my nephew was scared to death of Furbies.
I walked into her room. I saw those things. I said, nope. And I turned around, walked out, and said, if you want to see me, you can come to my dorm. I have anime there.
Over those things.
I was like, I have anime. I'm one of the regular people. You keep your Furbies away from me.
Weird, man.
I mean, can you imagine what it would be like if Nintendo had a Furby amiibo?
That'd be pretty cool. I almost
feel like
a Furby amiibo.
I'm surprised. Nintendo's just so caught up in their own IP. It's probably the only thing that stops them from. Like, it's rare to see them partner with like Lego. That's shocking. I mean, how many years Lego had the exclusive deal with Nintendo had the exclusive deal with Mega Block, or what was it? Not Mega Blocks, but whatever the other one was.
Roblox?
What?
Duplo?
No, it was Mega Blocks, I think. It wasn't Duplo. But Nintendo had an exclusive deal with like an off-brand of Lego. It wasn't even Lego, and it was like for like a decade. And no one wanted it or cared about it. I'm like, why did Nintendo sign with that? It's so strange. So now that that contract is up, they're able to sign with Lego and actually make high quality stuff. So
yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised, because they're making all the wrong moves, but at the same time making the right ones.
I mean, they're pissing people off, but they'll still make their money. They do know how to move people wallets. I know
it's the shills.
I got a feeling that this is gonna blow up in their face. I know that sounds kind of wild to say about Nintendo. I think it will do just fine at launch, and everything will sell out. All the games will be selling like fine. Selling fine, but eventually, after it gets off to a hot start, this will fizzle out, and I don't see the buying proposition for people to rush out and buy a Switch 2 at the price, knowing that the games in that ecosystem cost $20 more. Yeah. Why would you do that? If you're going to be migrating to a new system, why would you not migrate to Steam PC?
Yeah.
Or a freaking Steam Deck that's cheaper. Yeah, cheaper.
More flexibility.
There's a lot more games that are already there. It's yeah, the games are cheaper. There's all sorts of games. Parents can have control, and you can family share. It's all there. Like as soon as a parent notices the price, and they're like, "Oh, you want to switch to?" and they go look into it, they're like, "There's going to be sticker shock. There's going to be sticker shock with that for sure."
Yeah.
And I mean, some parents are not plugged in like we are. We know about the freaking Theme OLED and all that stuff, but
don't get me started on that. They didn't even provide the Switch 2 with an OLED.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of coming out with the Switch 2 OLED edition 2 years later to make everyone buy it all over again. It's
Right.
like,
I mean,
we already know what they're doing. It's so
and
annoying.
the fact, and not only that is also during Nintendo Direct, and they have to. This is really gonna they're really gonna need this to push the Switch 2. They're gonna need a lot of exclusives.
I mean, they will have them for sure.
But they're gonna need to bring them out fast.
Yeah,
is what I mean. They're gonna have to bring
I
them
don't know
out
how
fast.
fast they're going to come out, though. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that quick.
They need a new Zelda, and there's nothing announced. They need a new Mario.
They need a Mario Party if they want it to like that.
No, they do have a Mario Party. That's
Yeah.
one of the
They have a Mario Party?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the launch games.
Wait, do they?
It's
Yes.
an add-on to the original, but like the
Oh, it's an
add-on
add-on.
is exclusive to the
It's
Switch.
not free.
It's the whole point of they're using this new Mario Party to push the camera.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which, I mean, it seems fun. Don't get me wrong. Like watching, I was like, oh, that seems cool, whatever. I think the problem is that stuff is so widely available for less that you're paying top dollar for a premium experience of something that has been done a million times before for less than there's other options. It's the same problem Ubisoft is running into with Assassin's Creed right now. It's like, why would I buy Assassin's Creed Shadows for $70 when I can get any of the other Assassin's Creeds for $5 on sale right now? Like, why would I do that?
Especially since those other ones are
better.
Yeah, they're all better.
Yep.
Even if you don't like Assassin's Creed, those are still better ones that you would rather play. I mean, for me, I have the Ezio collection. All the ones that came after that, I was not fond of.
Odyssey was good, and Origins was phenomenal.
But I still would rather play those than Shadows.
Oh, yeah. Shadows is a joke of an Assassin's Creed. It is a joke of an Assassin's Creed. The fact that, like, Yasuke and the way you fight with him is just so anti-Assassin's Creed. It's like you're not playing Assassin's Creed. And then they have Naue, and she's more of an Assassin's Creed character. Like, she is the Assassin's Creed assassin. Yeah, I'd rather they just had her. I don't need this Yasuke character. And then, they're both so different too. Whereas before, you really just switch back and forth. They weren't different. They did not need to do what they did. It was so dumb.
Yeah. And I think isn't Shadows going to be coming to the Switch?
I don't know. Is it? I didn't hear that.
I don't think they've announced it, but I would be shocked if it doesn't make its way. I'd be shocked.
They need to make some money. They better bring it there.
If anything, they'd be smart to have like Star Wars and that ready to go on launch for it.
On two, yeah.
I know there is a new Star Wars game coming out.
No, I'm not talking about a new one. I'm talking about Outlaws and having that ready to go on launch.
I haven't tried out Outlaws yet.
Don't do that. Don't play that game.
All right, here we go. We got Ubisoft plans to release several titles on Switch 2, including Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows.
There it is.
Though at a later date outside of the initial launch window, according to IGN. So,
sometime.
Other Ubisoft titles coming to Switch 2 include The Division and Rainbow Six Siege.
Are they going to put Switch 2 players online with PC players?
Oh, no. That's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, that's not... Well, you can use the Switch 2 mouse.
Oh, yeah.
All I can say for that is parents can give their kids that, but their kids are going to be crying like about maybe 5 to 10 minutes later.
Yeah, turn off crossplay Switch 2 players. You will get fucking annihilated. Don't do that.
Let me ask a random question to you guys, because I think we're at that point right now. Because I think last generation, we were all wondering, like, oh, is this the last generation? Now we're getting the Switch 2. And I'm like, okay, let's already look ahead to the next generation after this. Is there going to be a Switch 3, or is, because I almost feel like everything has gone so far with the abilities of these consoles that it's not about making more processing power and stuff. It's about selling good games that work on those systems. I don't know what you could possibly do next that hasn't already been done before. But then again, it's Nintendo, so they'll come up with something. I just wonder what you guys think. Is this the last generation, or will it be a Switch 3?
So I'm actually as far
Or
as
maybe not.
Nintendo
By the way,
console,
real quick, maybe not even a Switch 3. Maybe they'll diverge back to a different type of
that's what
console.
I was gonna say. I was surprised it's a Switch 2 coming out and they didn't make something else. Because when's the last time they made a 2 anything? I don't think they ever have. They ever? No, because they went Nintendo.
Well, the
Super
Wii U
Nintendo.
was kind of like a Wii 2, but not really.
But it was
The
different.
3DS was kind of like a 2DS2. They did do a 3DS Pro to a 3DS.
Well, they've done the Pro stuff before, right?
Yeah,
but
as
like
far as
they've
like
never
a 2,
really made a 2. Like they're like Valve. They're allergic to 3s, right? They're allergic
Right.
to. So I was actually like, wow, it's Switch 2. I thought we'd see like something else, but they're just sticking with Switch. I guess that's what they want to do. But I mean,
well,
Nintendo.
this is actually technically this is 62 levels worse than the Nintendo 64.
That's right. This is a piece of shit. What were they
Right?
thinking?
I'm just gonna skip right to the 64.
I mean, honestly, when I see Switch 2, I view it as a Switch Pro. Like I honestly like
Right.
that's kind of how I really see it. It's like for some reason they put a 2 on it. Whatever.
I think it's because they realize that this is the time for the next generation.
Right.
And they're like, it is by all accounts a Switch Pro, but they're like, what will sell more? Calling it Switch Pro or calling it Switch 2? And obviously
Switch 2 and making exclusives for it.
And
We'll
exclusive, yeah, because with the Pro, you can't. I guess you could make exclusives, which they kind of did with the new 3DS, which, by the way, the worst naming convention ever. And they made the new 3DS exclusive games that didn't really sell very well because you had to have the new 3DS for those. It's like, oh, just do another console if you're gonna start doing that, because that's confusing.
Right. It is confusing. Yeah, but I mean, I think as far as like making another Nintendo, I think that's their bread and butter is making consoles. They will continue to do it. I think they will. Yeah.
You think the next one will be like more virtual reality?
I think, yeah, they're going to do something different. I was shocked they didn't do something different already. I just think VR is not there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of VR machine.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I think it's probably going to depend on the PlayStation, what the PlayStation and the Xbox does, because I know that I know it's called the X Series X or whatever, but I'm calling it the Xbox because it's easier for me.
Virtual Boy 2. Oh shit.
So, Virtual Boy 2.
They
and everything comes with the Power Glove 2 as well.
Right.
I think they're gonna try and I think they might be keeping an eye on the competition, seeing where that goes. Will there be a Switch 3? No. I think they'll probably do like a Switch 2 Pro. Kind of like how the PlayStation does the PS4 Pro, PS5 Pro. I think
it'll be a Switch 2.
It'll be a
Switch 2 OLED.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's happening.
OLED.
That's happening. That's going to happen.
With extended battery life that adds another 5 minutes of battery.
But I don't see them coming out with another Switch. If they did come out with anything new, it would either A, be a Pro, or B, be something completely, totally, utterly different. But I don't see them doing anything. I see them more or less doing a handheld before anything else. Because I did hear that they were doing like a Lego handheld, which is, I think it was basically a Game Boy, but it was like Lego style. And yeah, it was a Lego Game Boy.
Did you guys see, speaking of random Nintendo consoles, did you see the artist rendition of a possible use of the USB-C port on the top of the Switch 2?
No.
So someone had an idea like why they put one at the bottom and one at the top was you could theoretically plug in a screen at the top and have emulating 3DS, 2DS games on the Switch 2.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I see what you're saying.
But doesn't Nintendo like really hate emulators?
I mean, they would be their own emulator. They would sell the games.
Yeah, no, it would be like Switch Online service with all their emulated games they already have.
Yeah.
Sure. They would make that possible. That could happen. That might be a thing.
Could you imagine the battery life? It's already only 2 hours currently. Adding a screen to that would be like, what, 50 minutes?
That's not even a plane ride. Like, what is the point of that battery, bro? That's terrible. All right, we have an accessory for that. It's only $79.99. Oh, wait, no. It's for Switch 2? Oh, that's the $99.99. Shit.
Yeah, it's... when it comes to the Switch 2, if I had a choice between a Switch 2 or like one of those little Nintendo Minis, I would go for the Nintendo Mini. Because at least then I would have fun with the games.
Those are a good time. I had a GameCube, but I had like the it was portable, like the portable kit, and it had a screen and everything, and it like you just had to plug it in. You could play on this little screen, and it just all folded together because the GameCube was so tiny. I like that.
Scooby. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah.
Game Boy Micro.
Oh wow, that is tiny.
Is.
I think that's the size of my cell phone.
It fits in. You know when you have jean pockets with that tiny little pocket.
It fits in the tiny pocket.
It's in that tiny pocket like perfectly.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
like look.
Oh yeah, that's the same size as my cell phone. That's the same size as my phone.
Right. Like this will actually give you the size comparison. Let me see. Do I have a quarter or something? I'm trying to see. Banana for scale.
A banana for scale. Yeah, let's do it. Whip out the bananas. Oh,
here you go. Pen.
Wow, it is little.
It's like way smaller than a pen.
Shit, that's even smaller than my phone.
Right? Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. There you go. That's phone. Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, I have the Apple SE, and the Apple SE, that thing is like that's how big it is.
That's a teeny phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still smaller than that.
Right?
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than this.
But it's like so amazing with this technology that I don't know. Like I keep saying, like you could play that and have so much fun with it. What is the buying proposition to buy something new just because it's new? Like I'm still. I know I sound like an old man when I'm saying this stuff, but I'm like,
well, that's another thing. That's another thing is you do have the people out there that are willing to go out there and buy it just because it's new, just because it's there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I could have the little Game Boy Mini. Look at it, stick it right here in my tiny pocket. Look at that. Well, I don't know what I need a Switch 2 for. It sits right here. You know how many games this plays, and it has the music, and it has only 2 buttons. That's all I need is 2 buttons.
These are actually really tough to find, by the way. You got a gaming convention sell them, but they're like a couple $100 for them now.
Oh wow! Those are marked up for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they're so rare. Like they came out towards the end of the life cycle. They didn't have the ability to play original Game Boy games. They're only Game Boy Advance games.
I found a gold one for $330.
Oh, you're looking right now?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a gold one, though. It's the 20th anniversary.
But on top of like this, official from Nintendo, now that technology's there, you can buy this stuff from China on eBay or AliExpress or whatever. And they're like $35, $40, and they come preloaded with stuff. And you can add, I have one in my game room, and they're like legit. So again, I keep going back to like, is it just FOMO? Is that the only reason people keep buying the new stuff?
Well, the new stuff, I mean, you see it, it's pretty, it's what's advertised, and we, people just are like, yeah, I need that. And especially the kids. It's the kids, bro. I mean, they go on YouTube.
But my kids don't care about it.
They don't
My
care.
kids just want to play Roblox and Fortnite and all that. They don't give a shit about Nintendo.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
see, right? We'll
that's
see what
my
happens.
niece. My niece Gwen. She's 11. She has a regular Switch, but she's always on her iPad playing
Oh, so
Roblox.
that's true. No, that's true. We have a Switch. We have 2 Switches in the house. Those things collect dust. They are on their iPad,
Yep.
or my son right now. He's on my account on Roblox on my Xbox.
Yep,
That is what
exactly.
it's
It's the same with me. My son's playing Roblox on my PS5 right now, and he has his own computer in his bedroom, and he's on his iPad. He has his own Switch. My daughter has her own Switch Lite, and I can't even tell you the last time they fired either one of those up. It's been
I literally
forever.
make them. I'm like, bring the Switch. No, can I bring that? No, bring the Switch. You're gonna fucking use it. We paid for it. Find a game and put it in there, and you're taking
Yep.
it with you.
Yep.
Yeah, she's always on her. She's on her iPad, or if she's over here visiting me, that's the only time she puts her iPad down from Roblox. She'll come into my room and she'll say, "Aunt Joy, can we play some games on your PlayStation?"
Oh,
And she loves to try to beat me in Sonic Racing. She's a big fan of Sonic.
Yeah,
and the only
Sonic's
time
great,
she
so.
does want to play Nintendo games and stuff is when we go to the arcade. And she did the big mistake of she made a big mistake of challenging me to Mario Kart.
These kids don't know. They think, yeah, no, motherfucker, I've been around the block. You want to Mario Kart me? I'm gonna hold on to this blue shell. You will learn.
Yeah, I was like, "You want to take me on the Mario Kart?" And she goes, "Yeah, you can't last on the new one." I said, "Girl, I was there when Rainbow Road was invented. Trust me, I can handle it." And I beat her like 3 times, and she complained so often that I finally had to let her. I finally had
Gotta
to
let 'em
let her win, and I finally had to let
Oh,
her.
never
win.
let him win, Scooby. Never give in. Come on.
She was. I have a soft spot for the girl.
Damn it, Scooby.
No, you gotta earn the dub.
I finally let her win. My brother's giving me this look of disapproval, and I look at him and I go, "Let me guess, you have yet to beat her." And she goes, "Daddy's never been able to beat me." And I
Oh, has he not?
said,
Daddy's a pushover for his little girl.
and
amazing.
she's like, "I bet he couldn't beat you." And I was like, "Oh man, she's gonna make me raise my own damn brother." And he pulls out, when he and I were kids, he pulled out all the dirty tricks,
Oh yeah.
and it didn't stop him. He beat me like he beat me like a dead horse. I was like, "Oh man, this is
Like I've
embarrassing."
been waiting for this. Like I can finally use my skills on someone nice to my daughter. I will destroy you.
I can finally beat my sister and not get in trouble with my
Yeah.
But yeah, she'd much rather be on her iPad than be on the Switch. She'd much rather be on a PlayStation than be on a Switch.
Well, what happened, at least with my son, is he used to be into the Switch games and stuff, but then it's what they talk about in school and what they want to play at school. And it always, he goes through phases. They all do.
Mhm.
But right now he's on the Roblox phase, and he has this like auto button pusher app that he downloaded that he just leaves his computer on, and it's like automatically like just pressing a button to keep coins going up on this Roblox game all day. And he just uses that and loves doing that. I'm like, dude, you can actually like interact and play a game. He's like, no, I don't want to interrupt this. So it's almost like the game companies making the games know what will hook a kid, and they're just like, even if they're not interacting with it, they're going to use that for their screen time. And it's like, this is what you're doing for fun. Like when I was your age,
she was addicted to Minecraft for the longest time, and then she went to Roblox, and then she went back and forth between the two.
You know what's funny about Minecraft, real quick? You just reminded me. My son was really into it for a long time, and then just stopped. And he's like, "I don't like Minecraft anymore." We went to see the Minecraft movie, and he's like, "Dad, I want to download Minecraft again." I'm like, "Here we go."
Yeah, my oldest is 15, and like he was so into Minecraft, into it, and then he kind of got off in other games. Dude, what's he playing right now? Minecraft. He's playing Minecraft right now, building shit, and he like gets into hardcore mode too, and he's going Ender Dragon hardcore. I'm like, this kid he knows Minecraft, dude. But it's funny to see him come back. Yeah,
Piranha Pout corrected me. It's an auto clicker. Thank you, Piranha Pout.
auto clicker. Yeah.
My niece, she wanted me to take her to go see a movie. Once again, I made the big mistake of saying, "Okay, sure, you can pick the movie."
Minecraft.
Yeah, it was Minecraft.
I'm going tomorrow. My son has asked me enough times. I'm just going to do it. He really wants to go. So it's a thing now.
I liked it.
Here's the kicker, though. The reason she wanted to see the movie, only because she just wanted to hear Jack Black say, "I am Steve."
Wait, that's why? So right now, I don't know if it's the same over there with any of you. The kids will just say chicken jockey. They'll just say
I heard
chicken
that
jockey.
plenty of times. I heard that.
And that's my kids saying it. And then my daughter's like, stop saying that. But then I go outside, I go to the bus stop. Kids are saying chicken jockey. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be hearing this for a while. And I was like, I want to see the Minecraft movie. I'm like, it's because it's the damn chicken jockey thing.
Yeah, and for like her, another thing that annoys me about the Switch.
Wait, real quick, Scooby, before you talk about the Switch, I don't want to move on from that. I just wanted to play this for Jay real quick. Okay. Hold on. Why is it not playing? There we go.
Wait, what did you call it? Chicken jockey.
Playing Chrono Trigger.
Please don't ever call it that again.
Chicken jockey.
I said,
yeah, please never call it that again.
Please don't ever call it that again. I was like, that's funny. Don't ever say that again.
Just shut your mouth, kid.
That is just like, that's just like 8-Bit Eric. He'll be streaming a game, and like out of the blue, he'll just go chicken jockey, and I'll be like,
then you have to throw popcorn.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you got to throw.
No, but
that's what I'm doing.
The Minecraft movie was better than I was expecting it to be. That doesn't mean it was a great movie, but it was
palatable. You could get through it.
It was definitely better than Borderlands.
I didn't even
Borderlands. Yeah, as soon as I saw that movie, I'm like, this isn't Borderlands. I'm not going to this stupid movie.
I had to see just how bad it was, and
it was that bad though.
Oh, it was. I felt dumber when I left.
That's a really good review. There you go. Hey, anyone need to loosen my 2 points? Watch that Borderlands movie right quick.
I went in there. I went in there. Oh yeah, I love Borderlands too. I remember this part and this part and this part. I came out and I was like,
Did it have anything like? Was there anything Borderlandsy to it? Like, did it feel? Yeah, did it? Because the trailer, I was like, what? Like, who are these
robot that claptrap, which was Jack Black, right? Why is Jack Black in every single video game movie? By the way,
he's the best way to kill a movie.
Apparently.
But yeah, no, the Borderlands movie was horrible.
Yeah, the Cate Blanchett thing. I was like, what? I'm like, what is this Cats thing? What are you
Everybody
doing?
was either too old for their role or just didn't land it at all, period.
They had Kevin Hart, the short guy, as the soldier. I was like,
no, Roland. They had him as Roland.
Yes. Get Idris Elba in here. Something, not him.
They had him as Roland. Then they had Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis. I mean, it was just it was horrible.
It was horrible. Yeah, it looked like it was going to be bad. Yeah,
it was, and I never want to see it again.
Like just get someone from the Golden Girls to play one of these people. It'd be at least funny. I mean, Cate Blanchett doesn't even have comedic chops.
I know.
Like, what is she in this movie for? Yeah, I believe it.
The casting was absolutely horrible. They really just shouldn't have done it because the game in itself was a movie, and the game in itself was just so funny.
Did either of you ever play Tales from the Borderlands?
Yes.
By Telltale?
Telltale. No, I didn't.
Oh, good.
I hated it.
You hated it. I thought they did a great job. You didn't like it? I liked it a lot.
I didn't like it because of what they did to Scooter.
Okay. You didn't like it for a thing, but I thought the story itself was really good. I really liked it. I thought it was great.
But
in your face, Scooby.
I was gonna say we're at the 90-minute mark.
Okay.
Which means it's end time. So what do you guys want to plug? Jay, you can go first.
Check out my newest video that I just released this morning about the LOL suit from Alyssa Mercante. It's well edited, phenomenal video. If you haven't seen it already, I can't talk it up enough. But no, really, check it out. It was more of like an expose type investigation. Check that out. And if you haven't followed me on YouTube, please do. And on X, where I spend a decent amount of time and have a decent amount of updates, I'm JayViper TV over there. There we go.
Yeah, Alyssa Mercante, who's so wonderfully obsessed with Smash. So
He's
Smash.
not going to marry you, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I am.
Not
I
happening.
am taken.
No, you tried, but it's not happening.
But just to piggyback off that, that was a fantastic video you made, Jay.
Oh, thanks.
Shout out to you on that. That was like legit. Good job on that video. And I do double down and recommend people check out that video from JayViper. As far as me, I never know what the hell I'm doing ever. I have SNH. I'll be on in about an hour. And then after that, I will be on the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then I will be streaming on my own channel at 9 p.m. Pacific time or sooner. We'll see. A lot of streaming. I've been playing Expedition 33. Fantastic game. I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me on, Scooby. And
No
Jay,
problem.
great to be on here with you, man.
Yeah, good to hang out with you again. Oh, and I forgot to mention on Monday, I'll be on Ryan's channel for Tangent Kings. Definitely check
Awesome.
that out. That should be a good one too.
As far as I go, Monday I will pick up on Devil May Cry where I left off on Friday with Virgil. SCOOBYPUP'S Barcade continues 11 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern. So be sure to check it out. Friday is going to be a very special day. Friday, May 2nd, Cassie and I are going to, Cult Classic Cage and I are going to be doing a dual stream at 1 p.m. Eastern because Future Game Show is going to be doing a live stream and she and I are going to be dual streaming that.
Oh, cool.
So be sure to come check it out. I'm going to have it all set up through my Streamlabs. Hopefully it won't crash on me. So wish me luck on that one, but come check it out. It's going to be a blast. Saturday, I will have Nerd Wars. So come check that out, 5 p.m. Eastern for that podcast. May 16th, for those of you who are loyal watchers, I will be out of town from May 16th until June 1st. But I'm not going to leave you guys without anything to watch. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording a few live streams for you, and I'm going to be setting them up to premiere on the regular time of Saturday. So keep an eye out for those. One of them will have Kata in them. So enjoy. Hope to see you guys at the other streams. Like, follow, subscribe to Smash JT and JayViper. And until next time.
Shout out. Bye.
Catch you later.